My name's Nina Silverberg. I'm a painter. I'm originally from Rome, but I've been living for a very long time in London. I think colour is the main thing because that's where it all starts for me. It's like that's the first thing that I pick. It's always very instinctual, like when I paint, but it's always the first thing I think about. And for this show, for example, I wanted to think about the night mainly as like the main inspiration behind it. So I think blue is the colour that comes through the most. Well, first of all, blue is an interesting colour because it's hardly like found in nature, and also it has a lot of like history, but also it's obviously used as also like a synonym for sad. So I thought Blue Hours would be a really good title for the show because I was thinking of those hours of the night where one is kind of lost and you're in this moment between sleep and awake, and you're kind of looking out maybe into the city or into the sky, and you seem like maybe you're the only person awake. Yeah, I used to have a lot of insomnia when I was younger. Yeah, I would stay up and hear the train kind of stop and start again. And I think, yeah, that's the moment I'm trying to capture in these works, this moment of like stillness and meditation. That's not quite either positive or negative. It's like, yeah, a moment, like an oniric kind of moment where nothing is quite real, but where you're almost like nothing reflected in your surroundings. Everything is the same as you. When I was a little kid, I went to see, I think it was Assisi, and I saw Giotto's works there, and I remember even as a child I was absolutely blown away. There's something about first of all, obviously the colours, but the proportions and how everything feels quite tight in a certain way. And I think the tightness, the flatness, the wrong dimensions of things feel so real in a way, and so real to maybe our like more inner worlds. And so I reference a lot of, medieval works from the era, Giotto and afterwards, I think that's also partly like growing up in Italy. You grow up in houses that have, one door is really big and the other one's super tiny, and maybe if you're like, the floor is like totally bending. There's something so beautiful of that, where everything is like a bit distorted and feels almost like a bit tight, and then there's the wide space above. My work is very dreamlike, and I think this show especially I really want to think about that moment between, being awake and being asleep. And I'm very interested in the symbology of dreams, and I think that's why I paint like the same subject over and over again. That is what dreams are like a bit. Like you do kind of can extract from like subjects of your dream things like a true meaning, and I think that's, I don't know, I really like that kind of Jungian way of relating to the world, where everything is a symbol and things have meanings because you give them meaning. And that's, kind of relates to the thing I was saying before about like looking out in the city and feeling one with everything. It's the meaning you give to that,